some all right. So, welcome back, guys. In case you're joining me today, well, again, join me immediately after the end of part 6, then you'll know that we just got finished performing a field autopsy on the body, and we completed it as a side quest, which gave us another level up, and more importantly, put us closer to getting the boots on those feet. So what I'm basically just going to be doing now is find ways to pass the time.
As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece. Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet.
Lieutenant, has someone shot the king?
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Political. It's the king and he's shot.
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them.
Yeah.
Sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings. What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago? High above you, the king stands.
So, in order to not get stupendously lost in this game, I had to cheat a little and look up exactly when certain side quests would be available, even if I have them at my leisure. And it turns out that we can't actually complete a couple of ones we've got on us now until we get to day 3 of the game. So, while that does take the bit of the surprise out of it, it also means we can better use our time. Still not sure why I talk to the racist over there, but it's better than nothing. So, since we have the time for it, let's read this other book we've got here.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why antlers?
Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Why frizzle?
Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Alright.
To your disappointment, any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return...
Or whatever. It was like, oh god. Damn
The
it.
magazine is
Sinead,
divided
bitch.
into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur,
That's
and local concerns. Just inside the cover, There's also an editor's note.
Reader's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal a la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turned to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going a la fumée. Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Kim, I think this is a communist magazine.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling this thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Let's catch up on internal developments. International developments.
Includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that.
Yeah, what is that bear wrestling stuff about?
It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kenajinsky himself. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV.
So what's this Uncle Sport about?
Based on the description in this article, he appears to be an extremely competent and democratically elected president. It's quite straightforward. A standard match features one man, or in some cases woman, against one bear. 2 competitors, 1 ring, 5 rounds, or until incapacitation. According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively.
People who like Batman. I guess it's hard if I bear if you're out of shape, really.
That's very much
because why would you even
idea.
try
President
to fight a bear if you're drunk? No, you're just trying to get yourself killed.
A strong body is the best defense against capitalist aggression.
Always going to catch up on foreign affairs.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents.
So now who are Kunst and Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS.
Oh, 1,000.
The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
So let's read it.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
What is this tip-top tourney stuff?
The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing.
Alright, let's see what this comments to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships. And then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes.
Hang on, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka.
And what's about sponsorships as a rule, though?
The article says, every pursuit has
I'm not
its
freaking
price.
mad,
Every
it's really
pleasure,
weird.
even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a Fritta. And that precisely...
Right, but then get the team crash. Fiery explosions of death.
Spectacular violence. Audiences would quickly lose interest.
Some people are just like that with their entertainment.
It's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Wow, you're right. I really am interested for the violence.
You see,
Jesus Christ.
one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Kansas doesn't know really watch just Tip Top Tourney for the races.
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind?
It seems to think so.
A certain kind of young man reads 1 or 2 books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Alright, I'll take Kim's word on it since he's the actual expert here.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous.
The writer G. Martin remarks dryly that capitalists love wealth redistribution, so long as it's only redistributed upward.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people in real life right now are going to agree with this particular writer. Jesus Christ.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds. Hey,
Who, me?
yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again.
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love has really... Nope, I'm trying to go become a liberal. Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings. Is that right?
How come?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta take a bit of a break here to figure out if I actually want to be a communist or not. Okay, not an instant commitment, but it unlocks a thought cabinet project that you can internalize, gain bonuses to define the cop's political standing. The four major thoughts are supported by a number of other thoughts, and the game will respond to any combination of those. Your political beliefs have mechanical implications. They're not just role playing, as I said, each is a thought which you can develop in your thought, reeling some drag effects. Ultra liberals earn money by saying that stuff. Traditionalists get double the bonus from the most traditional drug of all, alcohol. Thus, ideologies strongly affect the way you play the game. Okay. Alright. Representatives. No one's talking about communism by the time we get here. Parties over there call themselves socialists and social democrats. No wonder. Communists up there. Okay. Alright. Alright. Do I want to be a communist? Do I want to be a communist, or do I want to try for something else? Let's see. Ultra liberal. There's some mild left things, but none of those.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind.
Hmm. Okay, because of kind too. Okay. So my only concern was whether or not I get locked out of picking one or the other. So I do believe in these beliefs.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Now let's do it.
Oh yeah. Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Alright. Now we've gained thought. Takes 3 hours and 10 minutes to research this. Okay. Alright. Okay. I was just a little bit worried about whether or not I could make that work. But okay. Sorry it took so long. Again, I was just scared of being locked out of something else, so I had to pick only one.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure. Or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography.
Okay.
Albrita is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
I don't feel like I have kids.
Friends are technically like family. For playing
Okay.
with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations.
Yeesh.
It'll cost 12 real.
Alright, I'll have to, think about that then. Alright, then. Let's see here.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Need to exchange knowledge check for cash.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the Union, sir.
Alright.
Anything else I can do for you?
That was easy. Worryingly so. Blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now.
Alright.
Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe.
Alright. Alright, I guess I have to level to unlock a new skill point to use in the thought cabinet, I guess. Swearing to a communist belief is going to get me farther. I don't know how morally incorruptible I want my character to be, though. I just know I need him to be something. I'm not going to spend that money immediately, though. Like, obviously the guy's a fishy dude, and it's only my own fault. My character's not super smart enough to avoid not playing into the whole thing. He's trustworthy dude.
A small mountain of colorful board.
Alright, let's buy Suzerainty.
Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
Okay. Now he's just to sleep after 21, which will be about 9 o'clock. And going to bed at 9 o'clock sounds like it's a good idea, wouldn't be? Okie dokie. So, let's head back inside, play this board game.
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work.
With the plastic wrap?
Rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance. There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell.
Hey, morale got healed up.
Ink, all wrapped in the sweet must of cardboard.
Okay, read the
Welcome
rulebook.
to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel.
Plunder exploitation, I get it.
Colorful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling. The instructions are opaque at first, and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout. You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points.
And I do that by...
That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource. Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners.
Sure.
Remember, there are many paths to victory in Suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly.
Sounds like playing Disco Elysium.
Boring, boring, boring. Tear up this rulebook and commit some old-school atrocities.
How's we're determined?
The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now.
So, Kim, you have some suzerainty?
The lieutenant looks over the rulebook. before he sees something that makes his eyes go wide.
Holy shit. The average playing time for this game is 1 to 6 hours. I'm not sure we can afford to set aside that kind of time for a game.
What? Does the lieutenant hate fun? The lieutenant gives you a sour look. He may or may not hate fun, but either way, he does not.
Alright.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Not now.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Maybe lime? Maybe who cares? Just rum? The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign, your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears.
Is this about the questions again? Because I...
Oh, if I could just find one bottle. One bottle.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags."
Why am I looking at your trash container? Just a trash
The
container.
body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
How could the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or...
Did someone say pry bar?
Oh yeah.
Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn its cold touch, to grasp it once more, as you've done so many times.
No or. Pry bar.
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid. Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bending. What is this? Your triceps ache for the metal to bend, but it resists. This calls for a potent curse to help break its resistance. Utter the power words.
What kind of metal is this?
The quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough.
Yeesh.
There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and puffing. Clearly, the technique is right.
Oh my
but
god.
nothing else comes to mind.
Let's ask the manager for the key. This is clearly not working.
Alright.
The dumpster is goading you. It thinks you're weak. This trash container is locked. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you...
Oh my god. Alright, look. I'm trying to keep this to a minimum as possible. The quick saving is not fun to do with this game. It's not. But I'm just so tired. And I really just want to open this, use this pry bar on something.
This trash container is locked. You stick the pry bar
Okay.
beneath the lid.
Thank you.
Push down.
Jesus Christ.
It doesn't take much force. With a satisfying crack, the metal gives way. You can open the lid now. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
What's this?
Just the feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Open it.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty
Oh,
rats,
Jesus.
and organic waste.
Sure.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look in the boxes of carton.
Milk and egg.
Let's
recipe,
dig through the garbage pail.
some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Dumpster diving?
No, searching for evidence in the trash.
Oh, okay.
Box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste, among
Okay.
the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the
All right.
lids of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. Are these the victim's clothes? The smell is not nearly as bad as the cadaver. These clothes could not have been in contact with the deceased for more than 2 days after his death.
Okay.
Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in
That's
here,
that.
officer.
Necessary but unforgivable. Early stages.
I think the clothes were taken off.
All right.
The armor he wore, then discarded. They must have stripped him of it fast too, the scavengers, in a matter of days.
Back to trousers then.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Let's reach for
A
it then.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Throwing out towel.
We should go to Gant
Cool.
again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one.
Yeah, we asked those
Identify
kids who
from
put
that
them.
force.
Well, yeah, you think someone from the whirling may have been involved,
Not
maybe?
really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
What about asking the kids?
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Yeah, alright.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and
Yuck.
slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this?
What?
A piece of plastic sticks out from the apple
Yuck.
peels.
You're gross, sir.
Looks like the corner of something. They look badly damaged, but you can
Damaged
still make out
ledger.
forms of
Ooh.
notes, written in a man's handwriting. Not just any man's.
Hey, I found my ledger. Nice.
It's yours.
Officer, is that your...
It's my handwriting.
There's a lot of it, too. And you've got an autopsy form in there, in the back. That light pink copy paper. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Someone from know. As a foreign quality to it, we need to lose a great bloodline to begin.
What are you talking about?
I speak of the tongue.
Doeth thou also thorough inventories? You should take stock of your notes.
Alright.
Sure, it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue.
Alright, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable.
Yeah.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Eesh.
Only in its social sensibility.
Oh, God.
Reminds me of the mug collection.
Yellow peril, anti-Jap, Chinese
Maybe he or she has been dumping their garbage here.
drinkware.
Or it may just be a coincidence. Either way, something to keep in mind. What else do you see?
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything
There's
else?
a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances.
Okay, watermark.
Yes, halogen watermark. It depends.
Oh,
Aside
information.
from an anti-counterfeiting stamp.
Yeah, sorry, I got this guy.
Yours will surely have your kill count.
What kind of
It
information?
depends.
Your kill count.
How can I read
Any
it?
capable. All RCM
Yeah.
vehicles have had.
Okay.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Alright, sure.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden paper, they're not
Right.
exactly white.
Yeah.
Once in a while, that word,
Yeah.
strife. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Is that all?
There's a name
Yes.
convention here.
It appears you employ a...
They're written in capital letters
say
too.
Yes. All others appear more light-hearted. You like
Jesus.
this grimy murdering, don't you? Wish there was one in there about a drug den. You love those. It's going to take an effort to piece these
Handwriting.
It's inornate, written in a rush. Your hand cramps up merely looking at the scribble.
Who is this person?
Nearly gone. Sometimes he forgets
Naming
to keep a
convention.
pen.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival.
No, I mean non-reg one.
Oh, you mean
titles.
the titular? It's a
Titular.
holdover from the early days of the RCA.
I seen the name
Right
the case
after
the square
revolution.
bullet hole murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a
Awesome,
real-
Kim. You are
Well through the
great.
head.
Jesus Christ.
It was
There is, for precisely one more. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil.
Kim, the
The
other pen.
lieutenant looks at his blue. He is not really saying anything. Just standing.
Can I have one?
know that I give this to you with resentment.
The task you've completed. Inspect. Get the int. A satisfying slash. And a fuck you to you too. You're a swashbuckler with that pen.
Oh my god.
Things
I just got
done.
2 healed
Things
morale
already
points.
done. The
No, actually. Any ideas?
The hanged man. Might as well go with that one.
That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Thank God.
Start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
The notebook is, judging by the creases on your forehead, you don't exactly close them so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers.
Alright.
In the back, you see thick
Forms.
three. The topmost are misconduct fine, a monetary penalized. These
Okay.
are all in a print so
Field access, eh?
a dozen page color of
Alright.
irises.
Enough of
Yes,
these.
all that the rest of the stinking cellulose is much
Alright.
worse for wear.
Fill the
It's made
clipboard.
of dark blue plastic. Something small inside. The plastic shimmers like there's something there. There's pain in there. If you want some. With your hands, you four-sized pages hang from the
Oh my
screwed
God.
to
Come
the
on.
top. The two sides of the board, the slides snap back into
Slide
place
drawer open.
without resistance.
What's
Two
inside?
stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up
Two
the stubs.
octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings.
Pick up the
Thin
card.
wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard.
Open
For me,
it.
Harry, it begins.
Keep reading
Your
it.
hand shakes. Every step I take.
Keep reading it.
Every step I take will get lighter. It almost
Alright.
kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs. and
Uh-oh.
the blood sucked out
What?
of your head. Everything around
Wait,
you
what?
is dark. Small white dots appear.
What's going on?
Feel the ledger slip from your hand. No.
Hold on.
There's nothing.
Detective, is everything alright?
What happened? Did I get killed?
There is nothing. Again.
Oh, just nothing.
Nothing said, bruh. Well,
What?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who?
He speaks of the sickening longing
The
Ah.
here in the Paleomame because it's always
White morning.
there.
Okay.
Tell
Ah, yes. In
It's
the
all
old
betrayal.
country System, they
Yeah, man. Fuck everything.
Was that egg something?
Bloated corpse
No,
of the
it's-
past recent
No, it was beautiful.
beautiful.
Where's Roger Road?
Voyager bloat.
Yes, that.
It was done.
You
Don't. There is no. You
That's not
think
there.
they would let you until you disintegrate into.
I'm not coming back.
It's the glowing lights on a dashboard emerge.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, where am I?
Hosted cabin of
Holy
Lieutenant
crap.
Carragher's motor carriage, seated in the driver's
Drink. Water.
Thank you.
is cold.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
Drink.
with greedy gulps. You
Oh, thank God. Oh. I can't encounter the burnt out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
Does sometimes happen. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill burn.
Yes. Okay. Now it's finally 9 o'clock. That did the trick. That dumpster dive did the trick. We're gonna head to our part rooms now. Bid. Okay. Gotta go upstairs by pressing X. Fair enough. Alright. Unlock. White morning. Okay.
Yes?
Oh. I'm sorry, now I need to look up information on how to get in my hotel room. God.
Real mature, man. What exact...
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. Not entirely cool. Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted... How strange. I think Fugue states are more your... Sylvie had the key. Trap...
Ah, the...
On Clinton Street, near...
Thank you anyway.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so frustrated about this.
Yes. Have you... A lot. For the room? Like what?
I'm just so tired.
Find out. We don't.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind them.
Good question.
They're probably getting... They probably...
I had...
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Alright.
Absolutely in the question. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this... But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Ah.
Entertain the thought when you get the time.
Alright. Alright.
Hello again.
Wait, Who's...
Why, you're a handsome man, officer, with your... I'm Lena.
This Lena is wacky enough.
Yes, dear. It means I can't use my leg. Oh, no.
She
I was you'd think I was lucky. I hope, but not you.
So you volunteered sometime in the past for the beatdown?
That's quite all right. Whatever do you mean? Sequence.
A partner who needs you to get back to helping the people of Martinez. I can assure you.
That side mystery comic, that was great.
Gentlemen, no, thank you, but perhaps another time.
Yes,
officer. Oh, my. That's right. And where is the whirling and wreck? Yes, indeed. How would I even... I haven't... Speaking of history, that's right, dear.
Her relief is palpable.
Alright.
Outside.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? Nope. Sadly not. Oh, dear. But we should...
Alright.
Scared now.
Wars Revolution.
I'm afraid. The people of course, sweetie. You were doing...
A sigh.
But
Oh,
maybe
man.
a fresh set of someone more...
No.
Of course.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is just me being...
Guns of steel and a chiseled jaw. Somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer.
Alright.
Oh, I'm sure.
She's not really lusting after those biceps, man. It's more like an appraisal you give to a healthy specimen. Your deportment...
Oh my god. I did that on a low roll.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round, and you
That's
can
fine.
totally sell this pin for cash.
It's easy. You bring it across the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a shack.
Alright, fine.
You're quite welcome, dear.
Alright.
Of course, dear.
Okay, dokie. Alright. Jesus Christ. We're going to overtime just because I'm really tired of... This video was just supposed to be me... This video was just supposed to be me trying to finally get those boots. Now I can't even go into overtime. I'm just so frustrated. We made a lot of progress today, but the expense of skipping a bunch of really interesting and important dialogue because I just want to do a stupid thing. That's my fault. I got frustrated and I took it out on the game. Unfortunately, I also made it less interesting for you all to watch me play because of that. So, I promise we're going to refresh ourselves, try to deal with this ridiculous thing of mine tomorrow, and I'll hopefully be in a better mood than I am right now. So as per usual, if you guys liked this episode, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you for episode 8.